Hello world, Red Randall back again for another review slash recommendation video. This review slash recommendation is on these shoes that you see here before you. These shoes are running shoes, and they are running shoes by Mizuno. These particular running shoes are what Mizuno calls the Wave Nirvana 8. Part of the reason I'm reviewing these is because I have had several versions of these shoes that have, to my eye, have all been virtually identical. And I've been wearing them, I've practically been wearing these shoes, or ones very similar to these shoes, for at least a couple of years, at least probably 3 or 4 years straight, as running shoes. And again, part of the reason I'm reviewing these is because it is my belief that for me and my running stride and body type, these work as well as any shoe that I have come across. The sole of these shoes have worked out perfectly. The makeup, just everything about them has worked perfectly. With this type of shoe, I started out with the Wave Nirvana 4, and then I moved to the Wave Nirvana 7, and now I'm at the Wave Nirvana 8. And as you may or may not be able to tell here, these are pretty well worn. I've worn these quite a bit, and that is because I just absolutely love them. They are, I consider them, for me personally, to be some of the best shoes that I've found out there. For the way my foot lands on the ground whenever I run over it, for the type of running that I do, for the type of walking that I do, it is just absolutely phenomenal. So I would just like to come on here and just give Mizuno a big thumbs up and just say, keep doing what you're doing, because you guys make, in my opinion, fantastic running shoes. And I just believe that you guys are just as good, if not better, than any running shoe manufacturer out there. So I would just like to come on here and just say, hey, good on you, Mizuno, nice job, keep doing what you're doing. These running shoes that you see here before you are some of the best running shoes that I've ever had the chance to run in. And this is coming from somebody who did 4 years across country and has run in 2 half marathons, a full marathon, and these shoes that you see here in front of you might just be the most, in my opinion, the most consistent running shoes that I've ever come across. I can count on these I can count on these running shoes anytime that I need to go out running. I've never had any problems with them. Ever since I've started wearing these, I've never gotten hurt. In the past, before I had these shoes, I used to have stress fractures in my knees and other things like that, but ever since I've started wearing these, I've never had any problems with them, and I consider them to be absolutely fantastic for me and my running type. Again, this is not just a blanket statement that should be used for everybody. everybody's feet, everybody's legs, everybody's body type is different, and so I'm not suggesting that everyone should use these running shoes, but for me and my body type, and for my pronation on my foot, the pronation being the way my feet hit the ground whenever I run, for that, these running shoes, I've never found anything that even comes close to them. And until Mizuno proves to me that they are no longer able to make good running shoes, I'm going to stick with these running shoes and wear these type of running shoes for as long as I possibly can. So, for anybody who's out there looking for running shoes or trail running shoes, I should say, or any kind of running shoes, I would highly recommend you look at Mizuno for your running shoe needs, just because I've really found these types to be just as good, if not better, than any other types of running shoes out there. So, and as you will notice, I do have, this is kind of like a sidebar on here, I do have a running ID on here. On here it says my name, my cities and state, and my home phone number, and my next closest relative's phone number on there too. And it's kind of like a just in case I were to be incapacitated and unresponsive and somebody just came upon me, this would help them know who to contact if need be. So, and I would highly recommend this too, especially the one that goes around the shoelaces, because it's a just in case. You don't ever want to find yourself out on the road and not have some way to contact someone in your family in emergency situations. So this is a great product too. And to be honest, I've probably had this for probably 10 years, to be quite honest. And it's one, I think it was probably 10 or 15 bucks whenever I bought it, and I've had it for 10 years probably, and it's still doing well. And considering it's on the shoelaces of my running shoes, I don't even have to think about it whenever I go out running. I just leave them on there and just leave it on there and forget about it. And the only time I have to change them over is whenever I change over running shoes, which is once in maybe a year, once a year. So, but again, I highly recommend these running shoes, the Mizuno Wave Nirvana 8. Not quite sure if you guys out there can see the label there on the side, but those are the Wave Nirvana 8s. So, and it seems like to me that they've got their process down. They've perfected this type of shoe, it seems like to me. So I would like to say good on ya to Mizuno and their company. So hey, nice job. And again, I would appreciate any comments or suggestions that anyone out there might have for these videos or products or items to review. Because I'm always open to suggestions and comments. So, but one last time, just these Mizunos are they're freaking awesome. I love them. I just gotta say thank you to Mizuno for making these shoes. Um, I really appreciate it because they're great shoes. So, all right. Well, until next time, thank you for watching and thank you for your support.